Defiance Season 2, Episode 11, Doll Parts. Now, this episode was absolutely amazing. It's a great lead up episode to what is going to be the 2 hour season finale next week. And it kind of sucks that it's going to be the season finale already, but it will be, with it being a 2 hour finale, it'll be, I guess, the 12th and 13th episode next week. But this was definitely a great episode. I enjoyed the first one, but this one was definitely like leagues ahead of the first episode that came on tonight, and I really enjoyed it. I love the sort of twist ending that they had, where Christy was actually the one to kill Treasure Doll at the end. I love the fact that, well, for one, I love the fact that I was actually right. I had a guess in the for the last episode that whatever Irissa was seeing before was actually a vision of the past, and that it was a spaceship that was underground. And in this episode, that turns out to be exactly what it was. That's what Nolan says. And we find out it's not Urzu, it's not a god or anything. It's just nanotechnology, and it's little micro robots with AI that all work together to basically take over the human body. And it's not any sort of mystical god that's healing them. It's just nanorobotics. When they get injured, the nanorobotics work to recreate the cells and stuff, and they've been taken over. And it seemed like Nolan and Tommy had a leg up. Tommy was fortunately cured of the nanorobots, and they had a plan. They got the plan to work. I thought everything was going to be good. Unfortunately, Irissa woke up. She knocked out Nolan, stabbed Tommy, which was really messed up. I'm hoping he survives, and I'm guessing he will. I'm really guessing he will. I'm hoping. But it was definitely a great ending there. I love that. And Nolan just has to carry Tommy on like a sled, basically. And I don't know if he's going to carry him all the way back to town. Of course, I have no idea where any of these random roads are in relation to Defiance, because you never really know where they are or how far away they are from the city or anything. But he's going to carry him. He's going to try to keep him alive. So I'm hoping he makes it next week. The other story with the mystery with who killed the girl, I already forgot it, Treasure Doll, who killed Treasure Doll, was really interesting. It was cool to see Amanda actually step into the role of being a deputy. I thought that was actually pretty interesting. And it was just really good. It was one of those things where I thought it was Daytech initially. When the microphone was under Alak's bed, I thought it really is Alak, because of course if his mother did it, she wouldn't even leave it in the house. It wouldn't make any sense. So then I really thought it was Alak. And then at the end of the episode, they go through this stuff and we find out it wasn't Daytag, because Fabi goes to Daytag and she's like, I know you put it under there. He's like, no, I didn't. And so he thought it was her, she thought it was him. So it ruled both of them out. And I thought it went right back to Daytag. I was like, well, or to Alak, I mean, if it was neither of them, which is what my real thought was, because that's kind of what they do in the show now. If it wasn't either of them, then it really was Alak. He really did cover himself up. He was just trying to figure out, what the heck do I do with this microphone? And in the end of this episode, we find out it was Christy, and that was just really well done. I thought it was a great twist. And I don't know if Fabi figured it out that it really was Christy, or if she does think it was Alak, because when she was laughing and stuff, it made me think, well, the reason she's laughing is because the only person left would be Alak, and it makes sense. And I thought she was laughing like that because he was like growing into kind of what they want him to be, even though he's fighting in and stuff. And I guess he committed a successful murder, and she was kind of like going nuts off of adrenaline on that because he succeeded. But it was Christy, and when he went in and he sniffed the poison, I thought it was wine, and that's when it clicked, like, oh, it was Christy. I thought it was just she, for some reason, took the bottle of wine, but it was poison. And it was cool. They showed the flashback scene. I really enjoyed that, and she sniffed it, and it was like she had like a Spidey sense Batman moment or something, like, there's poison in this. And then it was just, Treasure Doll kind of, she, as I mentioned in the last review, it was like Fatal Attraction. She was trying to kill the baby. She wasn't trying to kill Christy, but she was trying to kill the baby. And it was just her as a person. She went too far to try to get Alak. And Amanda had those flashbacks and stuff, and she had the flashback where it's like, I kind of pushed her to fight to get this guy who turned out to be Alak. But I was looking at that scene, and it was like, that's how it is in real life, where people kind of blame themselves, like, I told this person to do this or do that. And that's kind of what led them to what ended up being their final moment. But ultimately, it's on the person. It's if Treasure Doll wasn't insane like that, she wouldn't have took it so far as to poison this baby and try to kill the baby, and she wouldn't have gotten herself killed. But that's how it ended up happening. It was a great ending to the episode, and I think it was probably my favorite part of the episode after the flashback, when Chrissy's in the pool and she's speaking to Alike, and she sounds almost identical to his mother, and like he even made the face like he recognized that too, and they kept that pause on him. It seemed like it was 30 seconds long. It was probably only like 10, but that's still a long time for him to just have that face where his mouth was just open and he didn't know what to do. And it's because she was acting a lot like his mother in that scene. She killed someone and got away with it, and it's just like, hey, join me in the bath, because it's shameful for I always forget how to really pronounce it, like a Castisan woman to bathe alone. And I thought that was an amazing scene that they had, and it just shows her sort of evil transition. But that was my favorite part of the episode, honestly. But overall, definitely loved this episode. Enjoyed the last one, like I said, but this one was a great episode leading up to the season finale, and that's why it was so good, because it's leading up to next week, which is going to be our 2-hour season finale, which I'm really, really hoping the show does get a third season. I really love the show. I just think it's a great show. I thought it was great last season. I thought this season was even better than last season was. I don't know how the game is doing or anything like that, or if that, I don't think that even matters anyway, because even though it's the same name, still it's the TV show. The game could just disappear, wouldn't really make a difference. If the TV show's doing well, it's going to keep going. But I do hope it gets to season 3, because I really love this show. Obviously, I wouldn't be doing the reviews. I wouldn't even watch the show if I didn't. But this is a great episode. Of course, comment below. Let me know what you guys thought about it, your favorite parts, your least favorite parts. And I want to ask you guys if you think Tommy's going to survive, because, of course, I'm really hoping he does. But what do you guys think is going to happen with Irissa? With the preview that I saw, is going to be iffy. I don't know. They could kind of do like they did in the season 1 finale, where someone has to give up something. It looked like the city is getting attacked, so it does get to that end point that the AI wants it to get to. So I guess the big question really is, who do you think is going to be killed off in the season finale? Because I feel like with all the destruction that's going down, someone might end up getting killed. So if you had to pick, who would you say is getting killed off in this season finale? Comment below, let me know, and thanks for watching.